Hello to any of my class members who may be here with me today working with my 10th little video that I'm going to be doing. Hello to anybody else who's joining me. Lovely to have everybody here who feels in the mood to work out with me. My name's Janet, and I have been teaching exercise to music for over 30 years. My class, you all know this. I have taught many different types of exercise classes, and the reason I say that is that if I had to choose one particular piece of equipment that I would say is extremely valuable and that I like working with the most, it would have to be the Fitball. This wobbly piece of equipment is just a wonderfully versatile thing that can help train your core in an extremely efficient and effective way. Because it is wobbly, because it is unstable. Because it is wobbly and unstable also means that it can be a problem if you're not comfortable and familiar when you first start working with a Fitball, or if you're working on a shiny smooth surface so that the ball can scoot away or your feet can scoot out and you can thump down on the floor, which sometimes can happen, and it has happened sometimes in my classes when we've been doing the Fitball. So in case you were wondering why I've got this lovely pair of bricks over here in the corner, it is to show you an option of what you could do. You can work, first of all, just close to a wall. So you can have the ball right up close to the wall so that it won't scoot back and you won't drop down. Or against a heavy piece of furniture, if you've got one of those. But bricks also will do the job extremely well. I've tested it out, so that they will keep the ball stable and stop it from scooting backwards just at first when you're getting used to working with a ball. Now, it's really important to have the right size ball for you. This one, you can see very clearly that my hips are slightly higher than my knees. And you can have your hips level with your knees, but please not below your knees. So it's important that your ball is big enough that your hips are level or higher than your knees a little bit. This is a 65 centimeter ball, and that works very well for most people. Most people would buy one of these balls if you were going online to buy one. Probably 65 centimeter would be the right one for you, unless you're a very tall person, in which case 75 centimeter. And if you're a really small, smaller than I am person, and I'm pretty small, 55 centimeter, or if it's a child, 55 centimeter is the size. If you do go out and buy a Fitball, your grandchildren, if you have any, will thank you very much, because they are so much fun. You can have a lot of fun working with a Fitball. Unfortunately, I can't do a lot of fun things. I've got quite a small space here, and we've got work to do, and I want to show you the big range of types of things you can do on a ball. But over the years, we've done many things, including drumming with drumsticks, and I love that very much. Please, as always, as I always say to you, be sensible, be careful about what you're doing, and give yourself time to get used to working with the ball. Leave things out if they don't suit you. If you know that's not right for you, don't do it. You can always stop the video, have a drink of water, take a little break, join back in. And the other thing I'll just quickly say to you is that I don't do a lot of repetitions through this, so enough to give you a workout, but you can always come back to them and stop the video and come back and do another set with any of the exercises I'm doing. That goes for all the videos. You may want to work a little harder, and that's great if you choose to do that. I heartily applaud you. Or stop and don't do it. Cheat. All right, let's put the music on. Now, I might have to put Nellie out of the way here. Nellie, come on, little girl. You come back into your bed. Put the music on. Here we go. And I'm going to start by sitting on the ball now. We're going to get the feel and use it first as our stability tool by sitting absolutely still, tall, corset muscles laced up, drawing in the sides of your waist, lifting your pelvic floor, and you can just start by shrugging. You can have your fingertips there on the side of the ball to keep you feeling secure just at first. Up and down. Now I'm going to roll the shoulders around, just like that. Stay still as you can on top of the ball and down. 2 more rolls. You can come a little higher with the elbows. 1 more, up and down. Now turning to the right, feel how well this ball works for you, anchoring your lower half so that you can isolate the upper body, the rib cage, and get that spinal twist. Now I'm going to put my hands on my rib cage and just push the shoulders forward and back so you can really see how much movement you can get here. Let's slow it down. Right round, release. 2 more. Now coming into our feet, just tap your toes. Hold the ball with your fingertips. Tap, tap. I'm going to tap out and in. So the ball starting to get a little tiny bounce going here. And I'm going to caterpillar my feet out. So going out wider, heel, toe, and hold. Feel that little stretch. Tall pelvic floor up. Now caterpillar back in. And just rock through your feet, pushing forward and back, holding the ball. Let's try that caterpillar again, going both feet out, walking your feet out, feet and ankle mobility, and hold that little stretch. You can do a tiny circle. Walk the feet back in and rock through. Like that. Now I'm going into a pelvic tilt next. So I'm going to tuck under, push back. So from the side, you're tucking under and pushing back. I'm shortening, bringing the hip bone up to the bottom of the rib cage, rounding a little bit into my back. Now can you go a little bit quicker? Tuck, and the ball is rolling a little bit forward and a little bit back. Now try this movement side to side. So these are called hip hitches, lifting up, and can you see how beautifully the ball moves with you? Go a little bit quicker. Push side to side. Now slow it down. Hitch, hitch, drop, lift, drop, and lift. Quicker. And slower up. Lift. Now draw a big circle round, right round. Right round. Big as you can. Go the other way. Right round. Can you see I'm sort of bending and straightening my legs, going with the flow. Excellent. Now, one heel out and in. Sit tall. Just tap out. Now lift the leg up. Lift it up. Slower. And down. Now try not to collapse back. So working on the stability on the ball, challenging it by bringing one leg up and down. Now if you want, you can lift the opposite arm. So reach and down. So that's much harder. And the core muscles have to work harder. 2 more of these slow leg extensions. And then we'll do a knee lift with no arms. So knee lift with no arms. Keeping stable on the standing foot, lift and lower. Now if you want, add the arms and down. How are you getting on with this? Now if you wanted to add extra challenge, don't put your hand on the ball, but make sure that it's not going to slip away from you. 2 more I think. And 1 more time, hand can be on the ball. Now take a tap out to the side, out and in. Go out, come back in, out and in. Now I'm going to start to let myself roll a little bit more. Leaning off to the side, and if you feel comfortable with this, one hand always stays on the ball. I'm going to reach like that. Reach away. Reach away. Keep the navel in. Can you do 4 more? You can go further away, just getting comfortable with the ball, increasing those ball skills. And another 4. One hand at a time goes down on the ball as you lean across and push away, rolling with your hips. Now just march for me. Little bouncy bounce. The hands can stay on the ball. Remember, always if you want, lace up the corsets, sit tall. We're walking with the ball. Now can you keep the march going and walk it forward and hold. Now walk back, push back. Forward one more. So just getting comfortable with moving and bouncing. Come back. Now I'm going to hold it here and just lift off. Fingertips stay there. Pick up, up. Lifting, just lifting off the ball using a bounce. Now could you slow it down? Hold and sit. Lift and hold and sit. Excellent. Now march. If you want, arms pumping at your sides or fingertips stay on the ball. Now I'm going to march out and in. So I'm going to take one leg out, then the other, in. So I'm doing it slowly first. Out, out, in. Let's take it up to tempo. You go out, out, in. Keep the core tight. Walking out, walking in. If you want to add the arms, they go like this. Yeah, up and down. And down. Now hold it here, little shift with your heels side to side. I'm starting to get ready to do some little ski jumps, jumping and shifting, letting myself bounce with the ball, corsets tight, and if you like a little bit more movement, make sure you feel safe on the ball. Now bring it back to a march, bring it back to a march. Toe tap, ready to lift off, up and push away, lift and push. 4 little bounce ups. Now hold it up, sit down, one more hold up, side tap, left side, let's go, reach, going quicker now, reach it out. Out, in, left side. You go out, out, in. If you want, add the arms and out. Stay with this. Give me 4. Down. And 2. One more. Just marching now. Again, always keeping the fingertips there if you want. For 8, 6, and 4, and 2 now. Little ski jumps. Shift your hips, core tight. If you want, go quicker, side to side. Can you see the ball is moving side to side? Bring it back down again, just tap. And march left and right. Now walk on forward with this little march. Coming forward onto the front of the ball, hold the ball there. Come back and back. I'm going to stand up. Stand up. Walk around your ball, left fingertip on the ball. Give your legs a little break. We're going to move on to the next track, which is going to take a lot more coordination. So I'm going to take the ball, pick it up, little squat, wide squat. Hold the ball. Now when you're just holding this big ball, it really uses a lot of muscles in the shoulders and the upper back. Now I'm going to start to bounce it. A little bit slower beat. Pushing down with the fingertips. Get that rhythm. Now be aware of starting to pull back the elbows. And can you see my shoulders are moving? Getting the rib cage moving. I'm going to do a single bounce, left hand bounce. Now, walk around the ball to the right. Hold that left hand bounce and stay behind. Both hands can bounce. Right hand bounces. Keep the rhythm if you can. Now walk around. Now if it's going all over the place, don't worry, don't despair. You do get better at it with practice, like everything. Left hand, right walk round. Hold behind. Ready for the right hand and walk to the left, round the ball. Hold it here. Now I'm going to catch the ball. Catch the ball. Down and up. Shoulder blades drawn back and up and rocking side to side. Take it thigh to thigh. Corset muscles are drawn in. I'm going to bounce the ball with the left hand and walk to the right. Hold. Now right hand bounces, walk to the left. We haven't got much space. Let's practice that. How are you doing with keeping the rhythm? Are you despairing? Is it very hard? Shuffle if you want. Both hand bounce. Shuffle. This is an option, or you can walk, always walk it. Bounce and shuffle. Hold it here. Now I'm going to catch the ball. Catch it. Down and up. And up. It can go up to the ceiling if you want. To the ceiling. 4 more. Can go to the chest, one ceiling, or just at the chest. Thigh to thigh, left to right. Come on. Side to side. Now I'm going to do one more thing to get our heart rates up a little bit more. I'm going to rock left and right and scoot across. Rock right, left, scoot across, 2 slides. Now on the scoot, if you want, throw and catch it. Like that. Again, rocking, throw, catch. Can you feel that you're starting to puff a little bit more? So a little bit of cardio, not much in this class. Working the shoulder girdle. 2 more of these. And you do not have to throw and catch, you could just hold on to it or put it on the floor. Now bounce around, left hand, walk around. Hold behind. Now right hand, walk around. You ready to move on? Phew, okay. So I'm going over to the wall now. Going to put the ball against this this metal frame of my sliding glass doors. Adjust my belt. That happens a lot, doesn't it, in my classes? A lot of belt adjustment goes on. All right, so feet hip distance apart, stepping a little bit away from the ball, straight back. We're going to roll it up to the shoulders. It should be in the middle of your back, sitting right in the small of the back, so the bottom of the ball at the top of your buttocks and the top of the ball under your shoulder blades. Let's go a little bit quicker. If you want, you could add some arms. Being very careful, squatting, pushing back into the ball and using those legs to drive you up and down the ball. Physiotherapists use this a lot, these wall squats. Let's take a little break, lean forward, shake out the legs, turn around. Now we're going to work our chests and our arms and our core. So the ball is against the surface, hands on either side, and I'm going to drop in toward the ball. The further back you are, you can see, the more challenging it will be for you. Closer in, a lot easier, but you've got this wobbly ball to do your press-ups against. So it's a whole different type of exercise. Oh, it's a fantastic exercise. Working wrists, forearms, upper arms, chest and core, back muscles, part of your core. Let's go a little bit quicker. In and push away. And push away. Navel is in. Remember, you can stay closer if you want. 2, last one. Now a little rest. Just roll that ball up the wall. Hold your hands underneath and just stretch into it. Oh, doesn't that feel great? You can drop your head down a little bit. Roll it back down and reposition yourself with your back in. to the middle of the ball. Are you ready? Second set. Let's go down for 3, for 2, for 1. Second set of squats. Down and down. So back absolutely straight on the ball. Slowly dropping, as we did in that last workout that I did with you using the rubber bands. Pop up. Now drop down quickly. And push to the top. Do it again. Drop down. Up and up. And up, 2 more. Yeah. Up. Feel those thigh muscles working like mad. 1 more. Now, could you just come down, sit and hold. Imagine you're reading the paper. Hello, isometric work. Hello, thigh muscles. Straighten up, shake them out. Bring that ball up. Hands on the side of the ball. Just let's get in a few little more press-ups. I will be doing a few off the ball. Pushing away. Remember, you can always stop the video and put in some more of any of the exercises if you feel that you haven't done enough. This wobbly surface making such a different type of press up for you. Really challenging the stabilizers in the shoulders. All right. Let's put the ball down, roll the shoulders for a moment, have a little stretch away, shake it out. Now we're moving on. I'm going to be working inner thigh muscles next and muscles around the hip joint. So what I am doing is I'm sitting on the back of the ball and I'm clasping it at the back side, hands to the front, and I'm going to start to squeeze in and out with my knees, squashing the ball, squashing it to recruit inner thigh, draw the knees together in the ball. Now if you're not sure, if you think, oh, I'm not sure about this one, you can make it very tiny, and gradually, as you feel your way through, start to squeeze harder if you think you're okay with it. Obviously, any exercise that's not right for you, you just simply do not do it. Squeeze. We call this the cowboy. So if you're riding on a horse, squeeze and release. Press in. Now a little bit quicker. Squeeze. Can you get the pelvic floor up? Little pushes. Push and release. Last one. Now roll it away and just gently side to side to side. Now I'm pulling back, then catching it, stopping the ball. Side to side. Pull it back and back. Another 4 and 3. We're going to go down on the floor next, and I'm going to get a little pad to kneel on. I'm going to work doing a side lying clam into the ball. So it's not actually down on the floor, it's using the ball. So I'm going to clasp it lovingly to me, and I've got my knees and my feet together. I'm going to hold on to the ball, keeping tight into it, and then lifting and pivoting on that outside toe, lifting away. So keep holding the ball firm, hold into it, and lift and lower. Now you will feel that the kneeling leg is also working here. Up and down, lift and down, up and down. Now you can lift the whole leg up just like that and down to make it a little bit more challenging. Hold on to your ball. Can you do 4 more? You can always go back to the toe resting on the floor. Lift, 2 to go. And I'm really starting to feel that my kneeling leg is having to work quite hard. Let's go to the other side. Clasping the ball in, pressing into it with the side of your hip, knees and ankles together, lift and lower. Keeping the navel in, be aware of these muscles being used as well. nothing working in isolation. Everything, all muscles working in chains, connecting into each other. Marvelous body of ours. And lift. And lower. 4 more. Climb, lifting it away. 2 more of these. And now the whole leg if you want. Whole leg up and down. Lift it up. Drop it down. Holding this ball. Keeping it still. Down. 4, 3, and I'm starting to notice my kneeling leg. Now working the stabilizing leg. Holding me stable. Coming back to the other side. Here's a slightly different way of doing it. So I'm going to have the ball away from my body a little bit, leaning toward it with my elbow, and then lift and lower, lifting up and down. Just a few of these so you can see a little bit more challenging version. Try that on the other side. See how that works for you? You may want to go straight to that version. Leaning in, lifting and lowering. So keeping the space and down. 1 more here. Now let's release these hip joints by just sitting across. As long as your knees are okay with it, roll the ball off in the opposite direction. Try the other way. So you just shift your hips over to the side of your legs and roll that ball away. All right, now we're moving on. We're going to be doing some crunches and some more gluteal work. Let's put this out of the way. I'm going to sit on top of the ball and show you how to get out. Now, you may want to get your bricks or make sure you're against the wall for this next bit. I'm going to walk out carefully, readjust this belt of mine. Okay, so I've now got the ball at the top of my crease of my buttocks and at the bottom of my shoulder blades, supporting my head with my fingers at the base of my skull like a little pillow. I'm lifting away and then going back. So it is so important not to pull on your neck. It's all about using these muscles to lift you away from the ball. That's what this crunch is. Shortening the space between your rib cage and your hip bones. A little bit quicker. Lift and lower. Up and down. Crunching up and down, not pulling on the neck. 2 last. And then I'm going to reach across. So getting more into the side of the waist, reaching over and back. 4 more. I'm looking forward to the next bit that I'm going to do. And that is stretching out these abdominal muscles. So I'm going to get my head on the ball and now push back. Just stretch out. Oh, that is just a magnificent stretch for the front of your body like nothing else. It's the most wonderful stretch. Feels fantastic. Now coming up, lifting up your head, just tilt the pelvis, lift and lower, working buttocks and hamstrings. And I'm lying on the front of the ball. And you can see it's quite strong and stable here. But if you're not sure, wall, bricks, furniture. Now I'm coming out a little bit and I'm going to lie my head. I just might come just a sec. All right, so now I'm going to come out, walk out and have my head and shoulders resting on the ball. Now here's where we can get a bigger movement through the hamstrings and the glutes. So can you see how much bigger the range of motion is now? You can squeeze and also feel it a little bit more in the inner thighs. You drop down and you squeeze up. Drop down and squeeze up. 4 learning something. I hope so. Drop down. And you can always come back to this modified version where you're more supported with your back on the ball. Couple more. Lift and lower. Let's take one more stretch away. So rolling out, walking out, head on the ball. Roll back. Just take a moment. And release. Bring that head up. Walk yourself up, hands on the ball. Lean forward. Push your bottom back. And now stretch the other way. Chest down to the thighs. And just roll the ball. So just putting these stretches in, the lovely thing with the ball, you can put them all the way through the workout whenever you need a break. So let's come on to the next track now. And this is the second to the last track. I'm going to kneel behind. Have the kneeling pad here. And have the ball now, starting with the simplest version of this roll away. So the ball is quite close. My wrists are on the ball, and I'm just simply going to keep absolutely straight in my back and corset muscles laced up as if you're rigid in your spine, and just allow yourself to roll forward till your elbows touch the ball and then pull back to the hands. So it just can be tiny and back. You roll forward. Now the further away you go, obviously you can see the more challenging it will be for you. So you could start to increase the length of the roll. When you come back, shoulder blades are down and anchored. How does that feel? Really working the core. One more time. Now let's get into our backs a little bit more. So coming over the ball, draping over the ball, and I'm going to bring up one arm and straighten up my back and then come back down. Let myself collapse down. I hope my microphone can cope with this. Up and down. Lift up and away. If you wanted, you could do this without the arms. You could just collapse over and then lift and straighten like that. But the arms add another dimension. One more, the other side. Now working our back muscles even more. So I'm just going to pull back a little bit and come up and over the ball, so that my knees and my thighs are against the ball. I've got a little bend at the moment in my knees there. So I'm going to start just showing you how you can start to extend up away from the ball. With the lightest pressure, if you feel like you need that little bit of help to come away from the ball with your chest, with your torso, or lift and lower. So much harder now. Up and down. Now for some people this can be quite uncomfortable. The pressure in your stomach after a couple of these can be making you feel a bit yucky. So anytime you want to, just put the hand on the ball, push it down and away from your abdomen, take a little break. You can always do that. Just rest for a moment. I'm going to do 4 more. Lift and release. Now can you see, as I lift, I'm straightening my legs, using the back muscles very strongly. And last one. Now hands on the front of the ball, just kneel, roll back and stretch that back. Oh, lovely release of your back, and you can do that side to side roll again. Come back up and over the ball, and this time I'm going to dive right forward till my fingertips are here and lift up my legs. So the ball has to be underneath your pelvis for this. Your stomach is not actually on the ball. Can you see how strong this work is for your gluteal muscles, your back, and a little bit of hamstrings lift. Particularly glutes and back. Now, just flutter kick, flutter kick. I'm resting on my fingertips and the ball is under the pelvis, so there's no pressure in the abdomen. And just roll back for a moment and again have a little stretch. Let's do one more thing. I'll show you one more exercise. So back up and over, press ups off the ball. So down and up. The legs just going along for the ride. The further out you are, you can just walk out a little bit more and feel that it's a lot more challenging with the longer lever. I'm almost walking into the bench here. And down. Now walk yourself back and kneel behind. Roll away. So any of those exercises that we just did, you can always repeat, stop the video, do another set. All right, coming down now onto our backs, into the last track. I'd like you to have your legs on the ball. And now I'm just going to very gently, keeping my core and muscles laced up firm and tight. It's a little bit bright here for me. I'm going to start to roll the ball side to side. Now the closer your arms are to your body, or even crossed on your chest, the more challenge your core muscles will have. The wider the arms are, the easier it will be. So you're rolling from side to side, and a couple more. There we go. Now take one leg and just take it down the side of the ball and lift it back up on top. Same again. Down the side of the ball. Keep the ball still under the other leg. Lift it up. Try it on the other side. Gently lowering the other leg. Core muscles having to stabilize. Keep the leg on top. Still. Do it again. Go down. And bring it back up. Now a few little crunches maybe right here. Holding the ball, we lift. Lift and down. Little ones. Not pulling on the neck. Now reach across. Over and back. I'm going to put one hand on the thigh and slide on up like that. Lift. Chin is in. Now change to the other leg. Hello, Nelly. Up and down. Try the other hand. Slide up and across. So you could do lots of these if you wanted. And here's another thing you can do. You can bring those legs down to the side of the ball, clasp it with your ankles and lift up. Now if this doesn't suit your hips, obviously don't do it. Quite hard work. Core, even though you're lying on your back, engage the core. Up. Now take the ball into your hands, bring the legs down, and bring the ball behind your head, stretch your legs away and turn the toes back, full beautiful body stretch, reaching the arms above your head if you can, pressing the toes back toward the knees, stretching your calf muscles. Now bring the legs up, bring the ball up, take it back into your legs, bring it down, and legs on top. Take one leg off. So we're moving through quite quickly now. I'm trying to fit a lot of things in here. Changing sides, thigh to chest, and release. I'm going to come over to my side now. Kneel behind the ball. One hand on top, drop the shoulder down and turn and look away. Now you can roll the ball forward. I'm going to just go back a little bit to get right into the shoulder and the arm. Can you feel that? Let's try the other side. Hand on top, drop the shoulder down, turn and look away. Now if you want, roll the ball forward a little bit and feel that stretch down the front of your arm. And bring it back. Now roll forward and dangle. You can have your head on the ball. Just use your own ingenuity to get the most out of your ball. Now let's sit on top to finish off. So take a moment, roll it around, and then just stay in the center and stretch across. Push it off to the side, other way. Now come forward. Glide forward and hold your ankles, and you can just roll the ball a little bit, straightening and bending. Gently coming on up, round up your back, taking a breath. Exhaling out. One more time. Breathing up. Exhaling out. Reset that posture, sitting tall on top of your wonderful ball. I hope you enjoyed the workout. I loved doing this with you today, and I hope you come back in with me next time. Either buy a ball if you don't have one, or borrow one, or use the one you've already got if your grandchildren aren't using it. Thank you for joining me, and see you next time.